We bless you for today. We worship you for your wonderful, wonderful gift of life. Thank you for the health that we are here, even able to stand on our feet. If some people are crippled, Lord, we know that. We're not crippled. We're standing on our feet. Thank you for being able to stand on our feet. Thank you for the clothes on our back. Thank you for the shelter. Thank you for the life. Thank you for the health. We are grateful, King of Kings. Tonight, we start the announcement of the honor of a man. Bible says, give honor to whom honor is due. It's a commandment from above to give honor to whom it is due. Honor is due to President Yoweri Museveni. Tonight, we come before you, Ancient of Days, to give him that honor as you instructed. We worship you for creating this man. We adore you for bringing him into Africa. We thank you for holding him strong. All the years he has been misunderstood, standing on the same righteous path. We thank you, King of Kings, for what you have done in his life. We adore you, Ancient of Days, for making a man so strong, so principled to his ideology, so steadfast to his belief. What a leader that we have in Africa. We are blessed to have a father called President Yoweri Museveni. We honor you for him tonight, our Father. Today, he was given a peace award. We give him even a bigger award than that. He's a great man, our Father. And you said, give honor to him. Therefore, tonight, we worship you, we thank you, we exalt you, we praise you for Yoweri Museveni's life. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. I'm going to speak as a man, an African. Just a man like you. My name is Charles Lambert. I have two sons in the UK. Their names are Don Charles Lambert and Sean Charles Lambert. My first son, Don Charles Lambert, is 18. My second son, Sean Charles Lambert, is 14. Those my two sons are my greatest achievements, really, in life. But they don't like me today. They're not very happy with their father. And it's been worsened by their own mother, who says, well, he's not paying attention to you. Why? Because in the past 7 years, I have been trying to implement something that I think would work in Africa. 7 years I've been trying to do that. And it wasn't just something I think will work or just some idea. It's actually something that without it, Africa is going nowhere. And that thing is very simple. It is dependence on private sector as the channel for development than dependence on government. That's the only message I have. For 50 years, Africa has depended on government for development. Africa is the only continent in the world that depends on government for development. Africa is the only place in the world where the government leads economy. Africa is the only place in the world where the government is solely responsible for job creation. And having lived abroad for so long, the UK, Canada, I've stayed all over the place. And I see how the West works. And the West brought development here. And when I see how the West that brought the concept of country, flag, anthem, all these things that all of us are now living by. The people that brought it here have lived in their society for decades. And in that their society, nobody depends on government for development. So I wonder, how is it that the West does not depend on government for development, but Africa, that copied from the West, depends on government for development? So I left America and came back to Africa about 7 years ago. And I said, I'm going to implement this thing. Not just me, but I will implement it until other private sector companies catch up. Because I won't do it alone. And what happened? I went back to the only country I knew before I left Africa, which is Nigeria. And I couldn't find the environment to implement such a simple idea. This one will invade the office, that one will invade the office, this one will invade the tomorrow. In Nigeria, that's my experience. I am personally fighting government. Like, personally, this little me is not the one punching weights. What is society? Everywhere in Africa, there is no enabling environment for the private sector to even live. How much more make a difference? My experience with Nigeria was so terrible. So terrible. I've never seen a country as devilish as what I saw there. I was shocked at what I saw in Nigeria. People told me you didn't know it, you left early. This is how the country is. You didn't know. You left early, you went abroad. Now you understand. Where do you want to go in Africa to find an environment that is enabling for private? Where? What you don't understand is very simple. Without the private sector being enabled, you're not going to see Africa's entrepreneurs. You won't see the smart scientists that we have here. You won't see the smart engineers that we have here. You won't see any creativity. You won't see new businesses. If the private sector is not released, you won't see anything. The continent will remain dark. Where do you want to go? Congo? No environment. Nigeria, I've already told you that one. Where do you want to go in Africa to find enabling environment which is critical for development? Listen, society is two things. Government, private sector, that's it. And they're both equal. Don't let nobody fool you. The government's job is very simple. Provide enabling environment. The government doesn't do anything, my friend. In the way society is supposed to function, it's not the government to do the job. The government's job in any civilized society is to provide enabling environment. Then the private sector will bring about the change and the empowerment and the development. I choose to make this speech today because today, what I've been trying to do for 7 years came together today for the first time in 7 years. Why? Now our platform works, our call center works. It's been my plan. Get the call center and the online payment to work. If you can get those two things to work, then you can push it across Africa through the call center and you can redirect the economy. It's so simple. But to get the environment to do that in Africa has been hell for me for 7 years until I came to Uganda. Not that he favored me. He didn't favor me. He favored everybody. There was nothing special about me. I saw the country. The environment was right there for anybody to shine. And I saw the man's ideology. And I saw what he has stood for. Freedom, security. What is that? Freedom and security. Freedom and security is equal to enabling environment. Freedom, security, equal what? That's it. That is what you need for enabling environment. Freedom, dream, think, imagine, create, believe in yourself, do whatever you want. That is how America was built. The American government principle is very simple. Freedom and security. Let the citizens now do it. Oh my God, how do I know that? What do you know about America? Facebook, private sector. Apple, private sector. Google. Everything you love about America comes from America's private sector, not from America's government. Only one man understood that recipe in the whole of Africa. And he has remained true to the ideal. You've abused him foolishly here, stupidly here. He has remained steadfast with the ideology of freedom and security will equal to enabling environment. One day, somebody will rise up and take advantage. And he's just waiting there. Tonight is not about me criticizing Uganda. I like to criticize Uganda because I care. Because I live here. I can never live in Nigeria in my life again. If I'm not here, I'm in the UK. That's it. I have no business with Nigeria. I'm not trying to impress you, my friend. Are you joking? Why do I want to be somewhere that does not have a enabling environment for an entrepreneur like me? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm constantly creating. I want an environment where I can create. I've told Ugandans, all of you that say, these people are they here to stay? You better hold your land. We are here to buy the land too. Yeah. Oh yeah, all my friends in America, I'm going to convince everybody. Black Americans, blue Americans, if you want to enjoy sun and have a nice life, come to Uganda, my friend. Come here. For only one reason, my friend. President Yoweri Museveni. The environment he has created here is unbelievable to me as an African. I can't believe such a society can even exist. This country feels like living in Norway or Denmark. Do you know one thing I'll do for Uganda when we actually start making real money? Is flying Ugandans abroad all the time. Go and see what it looks like. Oh yeah. I've said it before. We'll sponsor from MP first. MP, all the MPs, travel. Go and see the real thing. Go and see it. Then we go to the citizens. Yeah, you need to understand. That's why you don't understand. When I talk about the legacy, that written code of how to keep a society in enabled fashion. That's what we're talking about. Only him understands that. I have no idea. No matter how smart you think I am, I cannot figure that part out. I'm not even called for that. I'm called for private sector. This person was born, created by God to perfect a system that can make enabling environment happen in Africa. That's unbelievable, my friend. And look at what has happened for us now. Something we've been pursuing. It feels like America. It's not in America, you hear that. There's an American dream. My dream worked here. I came from Ukraine. This is America's story if you don't know. If you go to America, the story is, I came from Ukraine and I came here and my dream worked here. I came from Finland and I came here, my dream worked here. I came from here. That's the testimony of America. It's about to become the testimony of Uganda. I have news for you. All of you talking about Uganda, I'm from this tribe, that tribe. You will soon see what will happen here. Everybody will come here from all over the world. because of the enabling environment of President Museveni. You will see a new Uganda, a new face of people saying, I'm Ugandan. Different types of people, different types. Then you understand that that name Ugandan will take a new meaning. It will mean the land of the free, the land of those people who are secured, the land of those who can dream and forge ahead and push Africa forward. This will be their home. Those type of people. You don't understand the meaning of a neighboring environment. Why? You've never had a dream. And you've been frustrated by just the environment that you're in. Go to South Sudan, you understand what it means. People have dreams there. They don't have the environment. Go to Congo, they have dreams, they don't have the environment. Go to Nigeria, they have dreams. Nigeria is the place that needs Museveni more than anywhere in the world, actually. You can imagine if this simple legacy, simple to you, but to me it's the biggest deal ever. This simple legacy, you can imagine if it was infused all across Africa. If it became the doctrine of Africa. If it became the rule. If the rule now says, if it does not look like a Museveni country, we don't want it. What is that Museveni country? Enabling environment. Freedom and security. We're going to preach this thing across Africa, my friend. You don't know me. Everywhere we will campaign it for the next 20, 30, 50 years. We're still campaigning. Every part of Africa, you have to adopt this legacy. I don't need your clap. Why? Why am I so passionate about the legacy? Because I'm thinking to myself, how many more development channel ideas could have been frustrated by enabling environments? How many more companies that are like development channel? How many more ideas? How many more visions? How many more dreams? How many more aspirations across Africa are like development channel that have been destroyed by the environment? Right here, our dream came together. Today. I told them, I don't know what to do. Should I dance? Should I sing? Should I jump up? That call center and platform are both working together. Of course, we'll announce some perfections later that we're working on. But it's not about that perfection. It's about the fact that it's now working. Two of them have come together in this country, on this soil. Today that you're listening to me, you don't know what I'm saying, what it means. Watch the video 1 year from now. This company will be worth like $100, $200 million. Then you realize what I'm telling you about today. You will now understand what I'm saying today. You will understand a year from now, maybe we're worth like $300 million. You will understand that it was today that we had the environment that now got the peace. It worked today. So I said to myself, yes, it wasn't because he was given an honor. He was given an honor today. It's just a coincidence. I would have just said, oh, nice honor. At the same time, I have a personal testimony myself. Me. My sons that are mad at me, I have something to tell them now. That thing your father is doing is finally working. I'm no longer battling and struggling and fighting with some stupid forces that call themselves government. President Yoweri Museveni, only God could have given him such a vision. I know that for a fact. Only God could have given him such deep understanding of how to perfect the society. It's a shame that Ugandans did not take advantage before I came here. Like I've said before, and I'll say it again. Uganda has nothing of value apart from President Museveni. What do you have? You have coffee. Ethiopia has enough coffee. What do you have? You have agriculture. Kenya has more agriculture. There's nothing you have that is special. You know me, I'm very blunt and I give it to you raw. Uganda has nothing of value to export anywhere and make money. The only thing we can export from here is the legacy of President Yoweri Museveni. It's the only thing that has value, that is unique, that is special to Uganda. Nothing else is special. Coffee. Go to Ethiopia and see coffee. The pride of Uganda is the legacy of President Yoweri Museveni. You won't understand what I'm saying? You will next year, you will 2 years from now, you will 6 months from now. No matter how slow you are. If you are slow, you get 6 months. If you are slower, 1 year. Whatever I'm saying now, you understand with time. If you are smart, you will get immediately. It depends on your level of knowledge. Enabling environment. It's now easy for private sector. You will see what we're going to do now. Our thing click today. Watch. 2 months, 3 months. Watch. Because of one man. And that's why we are looking forward to going to Mbarara, the Museveni Park. We're going to honor that man. Listen, my friend, the Bible says, give honor. You're not listening. Give honor to whom honor is due. It's an instruction. The Bible says, honor your father and your mother. Museveni is our father here. For creating this society. That's my father is still alive. My father can't defend me. He can't create such a society. My father. My father would have said to me, oh yeah, I know they're frustrating you. Just try and hang in there. This one actually gave me the society. Gave me the ideology, the legacy. We're going to push it hardcore. You will see how we're going to push it. Right now, it will be shocking you. What is he talking about? I am telling you, every African country you go, there will be something known as the Museveni legacy. They will say, is it Museveni legacy? Do we have it here? They will measure the country by the level of freedom and security in that country. That measurement is what is known as Museveni legacy. It will live forever. And we'll honor him with the Museveni Park. That's just one. We'll honor him with too many things. I will paint his face all over Uganda, my friend. Bus stops everywhere. We'll put this country, we're going to flood it with bus stops. Really European buses. We're going to bring them here. All the bus stops. This year will look like the UK. We'll just watch. Each of those bus stops, you will see Museveni's face or the logo of his legacy. You will know it's his country here. This is where he did that environment. You will know. You know me, I don't need someone to come and help me. I don't come and form committee. So how do we honor the president now? Let's put one. No, that's too much. I don't listen to your opinion. I do exactly what I want. And the whole of Uganda is going to be filled with the knowledge and the understanding of the legacy of President Yoweri Museveni. Till you get to the point of appreciation. I won't force it down your throat. I will bring it to you through development. And as we're developing the country, we're telling you why we're able to do it. And as we're developing the country and telling you why we're able to do it, the rest of Africa will start to tune in and say, why are they doing all these things? Oh, enabling environment. So here's our final plan on the Museveni legacy. Apart from the factory, we are going to appeal to the president. Not now. I like us to earn our right to do anything. I don't like to do something because I like you to earn your right. Earn it. The time Manifesto came to me, I said to Manifesto, we have earned this. They said, yes, you have earned it. I like us to earn something. And when we have earned it, we're going to ask the president to write that legacy. Write it. explained to us in detail how to make sure there's an enabling environment so we can export that creed. So we'll create an institute here. From anywhere he wants the institute. We'll build it with nothing less than $10 million. We'll build an institute. That institute will protect that legacy. Will write that legacy. The president will spend his twilight years teaching that legacy. People will come from across African governments to learn that legacy. Journalists will come to learn that legacy. Foreigners from all over the world will come here to learn that legacy. It will be an institution. We're going to build it here. It will have staff running up and down, meeting governments. They will have people checking the abuse of that legacy. In every country in Africa. Some people think we're joking. It's a great man. Great man. It's a great man. In fact, his greatness is more to do with the fact that he refused to shift position. The people in his country were not understanding him. His country was abusing the greatest thing they have. They were so. Who are you talking about? His own country didn't understand what he was doing. Yet he refused to compromise. I'm not sure I will be that dedicated for 30 years on the same ideology, on the same principle. That government is not designed to start running business. That's why you see they're always trying to bring tax here. That's how it works. You run the business, government takes tax. That's how societies function, my friend. I think President Museveni's office needs a makeover with their public relations team. This is my criticism. They need a makeover. They need a strong public relations team that informs people properly. He's the greatest leader Africa has ever had. Greatest. Why? He created a leg. Here's something he created himself. He didn't just come and copy. He didn't come and copy Obote and copy Nyerere. He created his own ideology of how a society should function. And what an ideology, because it looks 100% like what I see in America. There's no difference. There's no difference. And I want Africa to be like America. That's my dream. At least in my lifetime. Let me see a major shift. Let's start looking like the U.S. Because it's possible. Why? U.S. was built by private sector. Under enabling environment by government. That's how America was built. And now I've seen the only person who has the recipe for the enabling environment in the whole world. The only person. If there was no Museveni here, I would have gone out of here a long time ago, my friend. What am I doing here? It's just an African country to me. That's an African country. Where there's too much drama with government. Where you can't sleep at night. Government is the one keeping your life miserable. You guys don't know how what Africa looks like. Go outside, my friend. Go and experience Africa. Africa is a horrible place. Mostly because of the government. Look at Uganda. My goodness. Today I was talking to a few staff. I said if it was, really when I was radical, I would have started something like, hey, oh, hey, Museveni. You think he's the new Hitler. I just don't want to do that. I was starting a movement across Africa, me. And it will spread like wildfire called, oh, hey, Museveni. I just don't want to do it. That's how passionate this thing is for me. How personal it is. Why? With an enabling environment, you can have 1,000 development channels across Africa. I don't mind competition for your information. I don't have a problem. You compete. Yeah. Then the people who are not in our sector can shine wherever. That is the legacy. And today we have promised two things to that legacy as a company. We are promised that factory, which we need. It's not even for him. It's really for us. We just named it after him. Then the one for him is that institute. Built on his land. Built for him and his family. When God calls a man, respect him all the way to his family, my friend. Don't be a fool. Don't say, oh, we respect him, but family is not involved. No. Are you joking? When God gives a man such an idea for a society, that thing is called an anointing. It's something that is a call. It goes to the man, to his family. You guys are too ignorant. You're fighting something you shouldn't. You are resisting something that you have no option with. This is how God has decreed that Africa would develop. How do I know that? Because Africa needs an enabling environment. The only person that has the solution, that has done it for 30 years, that wrote it, that addressed it, that put it together, that understood it, that put things in place to make sure it maintains that way. My God, his name is Yoweri Museveni. We need that legacy across the continent. Like I said, you will understand when Factory 1 opens. Factory 2 opens. Road built. Kind of change you've never seen in Uganda before. When it starts to happen, then you will understand what I'm saying to you tonight. But I'm not waiting for you to understand. So I'm telling you already. Who wants to worship God for President Museveni? No, don't lift your hand if you don't mean it. Who wants to worship God? Like, you've understood what I've said tonight, and you're like, if Museveni has the seed for all of Africa's development, if he has the seed for the enabling environment across this continent, then really I must worship God for his life. Hands down. Listen, 10 years from now, it's like asking someone, let's worship God for Charles Lambert. Not now. 10 years from now. It's the same thing. Why? I came up with a solution on private sector side. President Museveni came up with a solution on public sector, government. I have come up with a solution on private sector. So the same way I'm going to be respected 10 years from now, when there's credit cards in Africa, there are factories, there's this, there's that, it's the same way. Tonight, and going forward, President Museveni must receive the honor for the enabling environment. For someone like me to now come and plant private sector seed. Who has understood what I've said tonight? Hands down. Who agrees, not because of sentiment or politics, throw that away. Who agrees with what I have said tonight? Hands down. Now, who wants to worship the Lord for President Yoweri Museveni? Okay, that's the last thing we're going to do. I have a few announcements. Now, because we have connected what happened today, we are automatically starting with the following 8 countries from Monday. Number 1, Uganda, we maintain. Number 2, Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa, Ghana, Rwanda, Cameroon, and most important, which one? Nigeria. Listen, 8 countries. We can start doing business with them from Monday. Because of what? Thank you, that guy is clever. Some people have slept off. They've slept. We can do business in 8 countries from Monday. Because of what? It happened today. It's a big day for us. It's a big day. We're going to do happy hour for today, actually. Shamila. Not today. We're going to do it for today. Yeah, because happy hour, we need to have drinks, food, order. This was impromptu. It wasn't planned. So we need to do happy hour that is planned. And we will celebrate the life of Museveni. You see, you celebrate people when they are still alive. Eh? Hello? It's not when they are dead. The person is already dead. You say, what a great man he was. Nonsense. That time the person is alive, give the honor. The Bible didn't say give honor to dead people. He said give honor to who? To whom it is due. But Africans will wait till you die. Then when you die, they just come out, they have one meeting, the MP come together. They say, okay, let's have a day for holiday. Then they'll be arguing over the day for the holiday. Nonsense. We're not going to wait for those people. We honor him. The institute is the one I really want him to do. That one is too important. But he will do it because every president has a library. I've lived in the U.S. Jimmy Carter, they have library. Bush, there's library. Everybody, every president, they will open one library. This one will open, and we don't need library. We need institute. Africans don't go to library. It will be president. Yeah, Nigerian president went to open library. No, we don't want a library. We want what? An institute of learning where people will be taught the principles of the Museveni legacy. And it will be enforced. Don't worry, I'm the one that will oversee a lot of this thing. It won't be one another AU office where they have this wonderful team and nothing happens there. Never. For those of you who are serious, listen, I'm going to teach you on how to hire the child caregivers. I'll give you another 1 week before I teach you. You have to get used to your job before I teach you that. Once I teach you that, you're going to have 50 caregivers. The caregivers will be able to log in and use the phone. For your information, everything that you're struggling with, we're perfecting. The internet struggle, they have laid. See, listen, we can plan all this stuff until we put you, we don't know. So we have put 1,000 and something people on the system. Now they're correcting everything. And before I move away from the real reason for this thing, remember that President Museveni today was awarded the Peace Ambassador Initiative for his efforts towards peace in Somalia. Yeah, it's not just us, my friend. It's not just Development Channel. Like the global whatever for peace recognized him today. Yeah. So we're not just speaking a language that we formed. People who are intelligent are seeing the man's efforts and what he's about and his legacy. We were just here doing our own. Yeah. People are also recognizing. Today he was honored. Big deal. So back to what I was announcing before I go and before you go. We have 8 countries for Monday. We'll probably add a few more after that. But I was saying I was going to teach you how to manage the caregiver. Once you're able to manage the caregiver, you will hit your target. You will get proper SUV. And we'll be heading to where? Who's looking forward to that voyage? Listen. It's going to be over 20-30 million Africans watching live on social media as those vehicles are going to Mbarara. These 5 million ACPA, we're finishing it in this month. You don't know me. We're finishing it when? August, we'll finish the target. So get ready. It's working. Everything will keep improving by the day. It will keep improving. Today I'll meet the people for the food. So you start immediately registering. They'll start giving you leads. You'll get everything more organized. It will get only better. Better is the only way we're going. Every day here. Who feels blessed? Hands down. Who feels encouraged? Hands down. A few other things that I asked about. The commission on the things some people have been paying today is going to be reflected by tomorrow morning. It's working now. So you can reflect, see your bonus and your commission. That's working. Those of you that have paid, that didn't see that, they're putting it again tonight. There's a risk script they'll write by tomorrow. You will see all the payments you made and the commission or whatever it is that's missing. We are very determined to stick on the cost of the platform. But see, this place is so quiet now. No more clients coming here, no UPAP, all these things. That phase of this company is gone. We're going pure corporate. You deal with Nigerians over the phone. You deal with Kenyans. And we're going to advertise this job from tomorrow in Kenya and in Tanzania. Hold on. I want to explain why. We have given you the opportunity. We have screamed, Uganda, 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 come and take this thing. In appreciation, one, for the fact that it's happening here in Uganda. In appreciation, two, that the environment came from President Museveni, who is the president of Uganda. But you have been messing up with the opportunity. So we're going to open up the opportunity to East Africa. From tomorrow, people in Kenya will now be able to apply for this job. People in Tanzania will apply for this job. So that's competition coming. And I tell you something, if I watch those ones, 3 months, we'll start advertising the same job in another country. Even Nigeria will advertise for them to come and live here and work. Everybody is entitled to opportunity, my friend. If you don't take yours, you will have competition. We're not going to wait for you. We have been talking to you, trying to get, we're not going to wait. You will come here, we'll tell you, relax. You will learn how to use computer. You say, I don't know how to use computer. I don't want this job. How about open up yourself to learn? So we're tired of that. And we're going to start bringing people from everywhere. If it becomes like an African Union, who cares? We can no longer be a Ugandan then, working here, no more. Because we're tired. We recruit, we train, you quit, you come back, you complain. We're tired. From after bringing people from Kenya and Tanzania, we also start advertising the job to people in the UK. I'm not joking. You live in the UK, you want to come back? Yes. Here is a job for you. America, you want to come back? Canada, you're African here, you want to come and live in Uganda and work in the... That's what we're going to be promoting. Come to your faith. Lord, we thank you for today. We thank you for honoring a great man, and for more we shall do in his name and for him in honor. Lord, as we honor him, honor also will come to us. Because whatever a man sows, Lord, so also shall he reap. All of us in this company, not just me, all of us that work here, that are working to produce the capital, to build the factory, to build the institute, all of us who are working hard to make all this a reality, honor will come to all of us. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Africa! Yes. Africa! Yes. Africa! Yes. Economic war! Good night, guys. God bless you. It's the way you're still the same.